4 pillars, guys. Restoring the family as the centerpiece of American life and protect our children. Restoring the family as the centerpiece of American life and protect our children. That's number 1. Number 2, dismantle the administrative state and return self-governance to the American people. 3, defend our nation's sovereignty, borders, and bounty against global threats. And 4, secure our God-given individual rights to live freely, what our Constitution calls the blessings of liberty.
Are back and we are live. How you feeling, everybody? Let's see. Is he with us, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to cue it up. All right, he's here. Good. You never know sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rumble on Rumble number 62. I am Fresh Mike, and with me, as always, the man, the myth, the legend. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Protocol.
DJ Protocol. DJ Protocol. Light that fuel.
I'm on your bumper.
Yeah. That's my new favorite sound effect right there.
I'm on your bumper.
That's the favorite part of the board.
Word. We don't have camera. We don't have visual. If that's intentional, all G. I just want to let you know we're not.
We don't have visual.
So
you guys can't see me.
No, sir.
No
worries. I know how you like to mix it up. So you know what I mean. No worries. But I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying. Check that out, guys. I hope you like the little new intro we got rolling. Hope that's well. Hope that's good. DJ Protocol is with us here, audio. Right now, doing it large and doing it live like he do. How you been? How's your week been? What's been up, man? I got to tell you, I feel like overall we're winning. I've been in the trenches, but overall I feel like we're winning. I'm sorry. I'm acting like he's not here because I don't see. I'm sorry. How you doing, DJ Protocol? What's good, dog?
I'm good, Trench Man. I'm good. You know, I'm just around here doing my Batman thing. You know what I'm saying? Around here in the shadows lurking. It's like, I hear him. But I can't see him. Which way is he going to pop in from? He's going to come from the left? He's going to come from the right? Or he's going to be like Batman and just swoop in on me and, you know, I just never see it coming.
Yeah, you never know. You
never really know.
Literally, you never know, but it happens. And it's awesome. So, by the way, side note, just got an alert. I've been added to the dumb shits of Twitter list. So there's that. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
Congratulations. You know what that mean? You know what they saying?
I'm on your bumper.
I'm on your bumper. I love that. I love that one. That's almost as good as.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
That dude was gangster. That little dude is gangster, man. So
yeah, man, that's a funny little dude, bro. DJ is something hilarious, man.
Yeah, DJ. I forgot his last name. They're from Texas, though. I thought that was pretty cool.
DJ Daniels.
I'm on your bumper. And you know, with whatever little power he has, with who he knows, he's gonna be calling about that chick. You know,
he's gonna be calling, boy. He's gonna be calling. I'm on your bumper.
Speaking of that, man, that was a Trump speech. But how your week been, man? Before we get into it, how your week been?
How your week been? My week was pretty good, man. My week was pretty good. I'm coming on the final phase of my project.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm on my way to vacation time. I'm on my way to uh instruction myself, right?
Yes.
Gonna do some new things. Gonna fix some things. Gonna upgrade some things. We're gonna, do more podcasts. We're gonna do more streaming. We're gonna do more everything, man. We're just gonna be out here. And then I got a personal project, you know about the personal project, but I've been putting it off and getting myself in position to take care of it. And finally, The Rock can come back and handle the business of the people.
I love it. It's like they were saying,
Do not come. Do not come.
but Pro said,
I'm gonna come.
yeah.
And then when I got in the building and I liked it, I was like, I'm not fucking leaving because I ain't going nowhere.
Man, I got to say, all the haters are lucky because I had a couple of, and I'm not saying I'm not going to rant, but as you can see, my voice a little up and down. It's that Oklahoma change of season. It messes with everybody here. But let's just say last night it was like 24 degrees. It's going to be 75 degrees tomorrow. So my voice is a little shot. So I'm going to, be selective. I'd oddly be a little selective. So
You're gonna be selective of your rants tonight.
Anyway, man.
You're such a good guy.
We do our best, man. Man, what did you think? What did you think, man? Overall, before we get specifically into the speech, one thing I'll say is, I feel like right now we're just so winning, and I feel like whatever wins we are doing, I feel like they're losing, and that's maybe mainly for the normies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are there some issues with just heads up, camera out, just in case you didn't know. Anyway, so I think for the normies, everybody's winning. Now there's some issues. I think that's sexy, she says. Oh, and shout out to me and just me, Amy Hall, all the listeners all the way around. It's too early, by the way. It's still daylight outside my window. I'm adjusting to that. I am 100% off because of that. So, but
hey man, I completely understand. I've been dealing with it. I dealt with it an hour ago. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
now
trying to do the thing where we're doing our show, but it's freaking weird, right? It's it's daylight. I got to get back used to it. I'm going to have to hang the curtains again, blah, blah, blah.
Need more dark curtains.
So,
yeah.
Well, it's too, well, it's hard to, controlling the light in the stupid studio now that I'm trying to go professional. Anyway, I feel like overall we're winning. Here are my issues right now as it stands, man. And I was hoping to kind of maybe bring these to you simply because this is more of a national Republican, approval rating kind of thing, right? A CNN point. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, specifically today. So the number one thing for me is Epstein files, which it looks like we're just not ever going to get. And that is what it is. You know what I mean? Disappointed there.
Don't be disappointed. So I had this conversation with a good friend. Shouts out to Sis, man. And Sis was talking. And she was like, yeah, they were supposed to release them and they didn't, and it was underwhelming. And I was like, listen, understand this. If they were trafficking children, and we all agree that they were trafficking children, then there had to be someone there to utilize said services. And if they were utilizing said services, and depending on when and where the statute of limitation pop into play, there could very well be, and we are sure that there are, cases that can be brought on to people. Now, if you know who these people are and you're going to press charges, why would you release the information before you release the charges, right?
Correct.
So again, I don't have a problem with what the initial rollout. I don't have a problem with what they put out, right? And the letter that she put out with what she put out. I have a problem with the binders. I have a problem with the right-wing conservatives, right? I have a problem with that whole sector of it.
Are you saying DC Drano is a grifter? How dare you, sir?
Well, more so not DC Drano, right?
Yeah.
I'm more so talking about Jack piece of shit and
and
damn, what's the other, Mike Cernovich. Yeah, Mike Cernovich,
so
you know, so
we never got it. Why don't you like Mike? Because like I've had a couple of talks with Mike before. And he was cool, so
I don't like Mike for the same reason. Essentially, I don't like Ben Suckadick. That's Ben Chaperino for those who don't understand. Anyway,
but he's
I feel like they can do some great things at times, right? They can come out with some information. They can have great intentions at times, but then the worst half of the grift will catch them, and they will do or say something that will erode in routes that we have made within the Republican conservative side of things, right?
Right.
Case in point, I don't want to ride a plane if there's a black person flying it. Like, wait, what?
I thought that was Charlie Kirk that said that.
I'm just saying, it's these types of things. It's that class of people, because they'll do it. They're on the in wokeness train, right? Well, they'll share something along the same lines that can be misconstrued. You can have somebody at the front door, and they getting ready to ring the doorbell. They was ready. They was coming.
Yeah.
And then they heard a dog barking on the other side, and they hauled off because they're scared of dogs, or the dog just turned, or whatever the case is, right? Like, it's that type of situation. It's like, you've been working, you've got them, their eyes are open, they're willing to give you a chance, they want to hear you out, and then, you know, they bite into a piece of chicken and it's raw on the inside. And you know what? I don't want to deal with you guys anymore. And it's that type of shit that those grifters do. But going back to, you know, the premise of, I was okay with her saying, hey, we're releasing these plane logs. We're releasing all this paperwork that leaked out before, that nobody actually came out and confirmed was actually real. Now we're going to go ahead and confirm that, yes, it was real. Here we go. All right. And with that being said, we have more things are going to happen. You know, we're looking at charges that are on the way. Stay tuned, which is essentially, you know what I'm saying? This is phase one of many phases.
Yeah, that's true.
And then instead of them saying, hey guys, this wasn't the Epstein files, and that was it. It was the Epstein files, phase one, which meant, by definition, because they defined it as phase one, there was a plan for a
phase two. I see that.
At the very least. Now, who knows how many more phases they could have drugged this bitch out further than the goddamn Fast and Furious saga. Okay, they really could have. But people being underwhelmed, right? Them not carrying the messaging like they should have, right? Because, you know, they took they had the messaging of most transparency administration ever, right? Pam Bondi. They ran with that messaging, but
there's something I want to say about that too, because just to pause right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, and this is where the liberals feel like they get you, or, you know, a gotcha. Okay, we're talking about the entire thing. When it comes to government spending, when it comes to what government spending we want to cut, when it comes to who we're firing, the positions we're firing, all of that information, more transparent than ever in the history of government, and especially in automated government. We know things now we had no idea about, like the tricycles in the basements where they keep all the deep records, or, people that are older than America. That was one of my favorite parts of the speech when he was like, Bobby, the country's healthier than we thought it was. We have people, over 150 on. So we're extremely but that's the hard part, right? Because they're always looking for something. And it's like, oh, he's not transparent about this little thing over here, but is he not? Like you said, is there a phase 2? Do we need to get some stuff going in court before a phase 2 can be released? I do like that idea. I do like that.
Like, I mean, it's the only idea that, honestly, if we want justice, then that's the only idea that should be about. It's the only idea that should be about.
Well, I didn't. Right? I want to get your take, man. Since I got you here, I didn't plan on playing this. I was looking this over. We're just going to watch a little bit of this.
Before we get to them,
yes.
Before we get to them, just gotta say this last part.
Yes.
With them saying that there will be a phase 1, and people were underwhelmed, they did not have to come out when the people were underwhelmed and they were saying, hey, we already have this and this isn't what we were looking for. Instead of her saying, hey, there's a lot more info and we got it. Because I told you I had all the files, and I told you. Pam said herself that there were thousands of pages of files.
Right.
Okay. Then you release 244 pages. And you say, oh, this is all they sent me. I didn't know. I'm demanding more information. Well, wait a minute. Which lie is it not?
That's true.
Is it not them giving you thousands of pages? Or is it not you getting everything? Like it's one of the two. It's one of the two. And they really messed up on the messaging and the movement on that. Now, with that being said, I am not out of the realm of believing that something is about to take place. Oh, it is. Oh, he was dead on it. Whose administration actually locked him up for the shit? I'm sorry.
It's true.
Right? and although the deep state did get in there and remove him, it's still, Trump's not going to do nothing. He's the one who motherfucking bought the cases in the first place.
True.
So there's that. So people, you're talking about the wrong shit, and you're looking at it in the wrong way. If we want justice, there's a particular way that justice comes about. All right. When we get the footage of a shooting in a parking lot or whatever, it's because they're looking for the person or it's leaked. But when they know and they haven't apprehended the person, when they know who they are and they haven't apprehended them yet, unless they say, hey, we're out here looking, they don't give it to you. There's a lot of stuff, and when you get it, it's leaked. Remember, the news always says leaked security footage. That's what they say.
Who's leaking all of this stuff, man? You know what I'm saying?
Is it the person who owns the business? Because they'll go to the business owner and be like, hey, can we get a copy of that there? Like, come on, guys. Let's just if we get through 2 years and we don't hear a phase 2, hell, fuck it. If we get through 8 months and we don't hear a phase 2.
Yeah.
I'll give you up to 6, but you get to 8. Got a problem. And I'm only giving you up to 6 because I know that there is so much going on.
Yeah, and if you look at it, it makes sense the way they're doing it, right? They're in that. Okay, so there's a couple things there. Man, I want the videos. I want the hard drives. I want all of that stuff. I want a website that we can all go to where it has been publicly released and we can look at it. Now, I'm not saying that's never coming, but I want that to come. But there's only so many people in the DOJ, and you've got to do this right. You've only got one shot. You mess it up and it's over. So I think that the way they're doing it now, you've got Pam right now. If the number one focus is the Trump shooters and the fact that there might be a legit conspiracy, that might be. I just want to know about the first dude. That is still so weird. And we were just like, okay, moving on. Quite honestly, because so many of the murderous, villainous Democrats were happy about it, we didn't get a real investigation. And it was kind of brilliant because while they were happy about it on our side, we were busy trying to get Trump elected. So we didn't get to pause and dig into it because we were still on the battlefield, right? So now's the time. And then the other guy that, had the 8 cell phones and had legitimate ties to Ukraine and was literally recruiting people on his social medias to go to Ukraine. He was your connect. If you were a young man and you wanted to go to Ukraine, he would get you the money and the connect to go there to fight. And that's the guy that was trying to kill Trump, right? Had a Kamala Harris sticker, was registered to vote in Hawaii, but also registered to vote in, I believe, Virginia or another state. So on 2 voter rolls, a Republican on one, Democrat on the other, ties to Ukraine. Very shady stuff, right? And that's not even the first dude. I mean, come on, man. Come on. That kid don't even walk around. How quickly we forget the dude was walking around for 20 minutes. Cops were called, on and on and on. Don't even get me started. So
people were pointing at the roof saying that, hey, he's up there with a gun.
Yeah.
Like, again, but Trump said something the other day when someone asked him, did he plan on releasing the information on the shooters? He was like, yeah, we're getting close and I'm going to release. The people need to know. American people need to know. We're looking. I can tell you this much: it wasn't Biden. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, it wasn't Biden.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
but what was right? But what was?
But what was?
Did you see that? That's speaking of that. Did you see that?
Yeah, the report.
Yeah,
that was like the automated.
Yeah, and not only that, yeah, they're suing. They're suing right now. Because supposedly, because he signed like the most bills ever of any president. And they were saying that Isabello in the building. LA in the house. Shout out to Candid Thoughts podcast, one of the top in the top 200 of all podcasts on Apple. He's the creator of that. So hustler. I'm a hustler, baby. I just want you to know. Anyway, we were talking. I forgot. But anyway, let's get to this clip, man, because we're rocking. So, and I only have so much voice tonight, so I want to, Yeah.
That painting is like, I got you, bitch. That's what that is.
All right.
You got a president who was on the flight logs 26 times.
I remember that.
With that, and you got that guy in a
remember that pic
dress in your house.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. There's no such thing as coincidences in this world. If you want to find the truth, you just have to look a little deeper, and typically it's just sitting right there. Donald Barr. You ever heard of him? Here's a little history lesson for you. Donald Barr got his career start in the Office of Strategic Services. This, of course, was the precursor to the CIA during World War II. What would eventually become the CIA was one of the pet projects of Donald Barr, who believed in the unified theory of government. What's that? That's the theory that the deep state, as we know it today, should just continue on. There should be a government that just never has to answer to the people, never has to be confined by the boundaries of a republic or constitutional order, that there should be permanent bureaucrats forever in charge. And he helped found that.
That's basically fascism
system. Donald Barr is also the man who groomed Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein, who was not particularly smart, didn't graduate college, got a job from Donald Barr at a special school called the Dalton School. Jeffrey Epstein taught there and was groomed by Donald Barr, who was also an author. What book did Donald Barr write? He published Space Relations. This is a book, a science fiction novel. Don't worry, it's all science fiction, not grounded in the real world at all. About a planet ruled by oligarchs who engage in child sex slavery.
You're muted, bud. So we.
I was just gonna say, sorry. You know, I've worked in the creative world a long time. My boy Isabello, producer as well, produced a lot of stuff, written as well. If anybody creative came to me with some shit like this, they are off. They are out. They're deleted. They are blocked. I'm not fucking with them. So how does this guy write this book and maintain? Did it not ring a bell? Hey, this guy's writing books about child sex slavery, fiction books. About child sex slavery. Like, this is what he's dreaming up. Anyway, back to it, y'all.
Great. Got it. Yep. Epstein Madame Ghislaine Maxwell, whose father was also deep intel for Mossad. Well, they put the two together and the rest is history. Meaning literally history, meaning like, will we ever see the documents? Maybe this is why we won't ever see the documents. Donald Barr is also, ironically, the father of Bill Barr.
Ding, 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 ding.
Who was the attorney general.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
Sell federal property, was allowed to be murdered by a foreign country. Sources tell us. Yeah. I really wonder, ladies and gentlemen, what that foreign country could be. Well, Ghislaine Maxwell's father was given a state funeral in Israel. Ghislaine Maxwell's dad was a secret agent with the Israeli government, worked for Mossad. This is well documented.
Super spy.
And actually was straight up killed under very mysterious circumstances when he got on the wrong side of that relationship. So anyway, these are just realities. These are just facts. What am I reading from? Am I reading from InfoWars? No, I'm reading from Wikipedia, dude. You can just straight up find this stuff out by just looking. And there's a guy who's a professional noticer. I call it professional noticing, right? Space relations. Look at this. Oligarchs who engage in child sex slavery. Isn't that something? There's a guy who's a professional noticer. His name's Ian Carroll. His YouTube channel, big on X. Got 1 million subs on X, right? I've been following him for a while, and he just does like kind of breakdowns of.
This is a clip between him and Joe talking a little bit about it.
I think you'd probably call him like a professional researcher more than anything. And he just has the guts to straight up say the truth about specificity. It's the guy who's ballsy enough to say it.
What do you have the least faith that we're going to come to
Epstein,
a conclusion?
for sure.
Epstein.
And I think it's because of Israel. I
Really?
think when you really dig into Epstein, his entire network was Israel. It was clearly like Ehud Barak was the ex-prime minister and the ex-head of Israeli intelligence. Leslie Wexner was one of the most powerful pro-Israeli philanthropists. The whole organization was Israel.
So
and I'm not saying it was all of Israel.
It was all an intelligence gathering, and
it was targeting Americans. It was targeting American officials and the American president.
Right.
And the CIA does have interest in those targets too. Elements in the CIA does. Certainly they had help from the CIA, and certainly they had help from these other organized crime and intelligence operations. But you don't so for example, Dan Bongino, the new deputy director of the FBI, he recently had this clip that went all around where he said on camera that he had a source that he trusted deeply, and he's an informed guy. He was at a Fox News interview, and the source told him that Epstein was working for an intelligence agency in the Middle East, and I don't know which one, but someone in the Middle East. And to be fair, we all already knew this. We already know who he worked for. At least I think so. But I'm looking at, okay, Dan. So if this giant group of Jewish billionaires is running a sex trafficking operation targeting American politicians and business people and stuff, you think they're working with an Arab or Muslim nation in the Middle East? Like, you think that Leslie Wexner is devoting his entire life to philanthropies on behalf of Israel, but then he's going to work for Saudi Arabia when he's doing this trafficking ring?
Right. But if someone says to him that they're all working for a country in the Middle East, knowing he knows what that means, but not specifying, doesn't he kind of have to repeat it that same way?
Well, he also has to repeat it the same way because he won't get the job if he says Israel, because
Exactly.
Israel has
Right.
so much control over our government right now. And I'm not saying that all Jews are in on something. Clearly, internet. Thank you.
Internet.
And Joe is definitely not saying that.
Definitely not.
But the Israel's government is as vulnerable to the deep state effect as the American government. But I would argue that Israel's government is way more vulnerable to it because of the people that founded Israel and the way it was founded. It was founded in a modern time, much more recently, by it was a revolutionary founding. And I can totally sympathize with the Jewish desire to have that state. I get it. But because of the way that happened, the people that founded Israel were a bunch of organized crime figures in America, the Jewish mob, that were helping with money and with arms trafficking to get the guns there because they had to have guns. And it was the Rothschild banking families sending a whole bunch of money and getting the declaration in the first place.
All right.
Oh,
And
Okay, what's good?
wait a minute. I can sympathize with the people who wanted to settle there. But let's just be real. This was the mobsters and the crime families and the syndicates. Nigga.
Okay, but
Nigga. It's if they're the ones who are creating and establishing the colonization of it, wouldn't it be their people who they're putting to live there? It's not the warm and fuzzy peoples that you want to believe is the ones who are no, bitch, that's their paradise. That's where they're sending their families and their bloodline and their lineage to keep them safe from all the shit they was doing elsewhere. It's not the Jews in the Bible in which who you all try to say they are. It's not. And I'm just going to I'm going to stop there before some crazy shit happens to the stream. But
we have so many listeners already. I mean, how would we? And I mean, let's not do anything to increase them. You know what I'm saying? That's look, man. I understand. I also understand. And if you're a people, right? And I just want to disclaimer: if you're a people without a land and without a home, and your original home had been taken from you years before, and you've been oppressed everywhere you went, you would want a place, right? You'd want a place to call home. Bro, are we all just looking for a place to call home?
But you don't have to take my word for it.
Because I'm going to give you my word for it. I don't have a problem agreeing with that. I don't have a problem agreeing with that. All right.
I just want to work in Hollywood again.
I just want. Look, I have no problem agreeing with that if that is the standard in which we're going to move and live by.
Okay. Yes.
I have no.
That needs to apply to all people. Absolutely.
It needs to apply to all people. If we're going to have that conversation, then we need to apply it to all people.
Because you're about 40 acres short. If we're going,
bro. No, fuck that. Fuck the 40 acres short. I'm about. Let's go to my page right quick. Let me go to my page.
All right, man. I'm down.
We're gonna go.
We're by the way, guys. Sorry if you tuned in for the other stuff. We're a bit off the rails. But this is a good show right now to me. So.
Hey, man, I'm having fun. Let's go.
Yeah.
And this isn't. I'm matter of fact. Let me see if I can find the whole thing. See if I can find the whole thing right quick. While you put that up there, I'm going to see if I can find the. Yeah. And this is it right here. Give me this right here. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Oh, I hate it's from his page, but whatever. Fuck me. All right. So this right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is called the Gullah Geechee Heritage Corridor. All right. 30 miles inland from the shore, from Jacksonville to essentially Jacksonville. There's a Jacksonville, North Carolina, but they cut it off here at Wilmington. But anywhere, going from Carolina, northern type, all the way down to Florida, just past Jacksonville, going 30 miles inland, 40 acres and a mule. All right. That is a U.S. agreement between freedmen and the United States government. that told us, we ain't gonna fuck with y'all. We ain't gonna mess with y'all. Y'all got this land right here, 30 miles inland from the shore, from Jacksonville to Jacksonville. All right.
Holy shit. Like, you know how I think, right? You already know. We've talked enough. You know how I think. You know I'm always 2 steps ahead, but I'm like, the amount of money and controlling those ports from wow, you control the import outport business, all the oil, vacationing. Oh my god.
There we go. So if we're going to have this conversation,
Trillions.
trillions.
Wow. Yeah.
But they're gonna turn over Jacksonville and the port of Jacksonville. They're gonna turn over the port of Brunswick. Surely you don't think they're gonna turn over the port of Savannah. They got land right now in Beaufort that they're actually about to open another port in, and the port in Charleston.
Remember, they don't open new ports without demand. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
If they don't do that to lose money.
No one
has ever opened a port and it be a losing money scenario. That's not why you do that.
So listen, again, I'll be glad to hold that conversation if we were really going to hold that conversation.
So because you know how the government does, they promise you something and then you have to fight for a small percentage of it normally, right? But if you just got tolls to that 30 miles to the shore and back, you got the hotel taxes and you got the and you got control of the ports as far as, profitable business running. Just that. Everybody, you know what I mean? All the white businesses and bop and whatever. You just got that, which is not owning the land. Clearly owning the land would be it, because you could borrow against that solid, you know what I mean? That stable actual asset, which is this land. And you know what I mean? That not only we can farm, we can grow, we can build, we can fit, bop. Yeah, you could borrow against that land and build outward and buy huge swaths of other America. That would make me mad as fuck. I'm sorry.
Hey man, look, and that's where I am, That's where I am, where I'm like,
Wait, different if it wasn't promised. It was like, hey, me and my buddies got together and came up with an idea. You know what I mean? It's nothing like, it's like the government promised this. Man, don't even
don't get me started.
Shout out to Fuego in the building. We love you, Fuegs. Thank you so much for stopping by. But yeah, man, wow. So you're like, basically you're saying, okay, so if we want our home, is what you're saying, yeah.
We want if we want our home, and this is what we're talking about, bro. Give me my shit. You won't hear shit from me about what you're doing over there if you give me my shit. If we're going to hold that to the status, then let me fight for mine too.
Right.
Let me fight for mine too. Let me get me. That's just it, man.
Man. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, dude. You were explaining it to me kind of like
that's why I'm pro.
Oh, I was feeling. Hold on, I got it, man. I pulled it up. I found it. Sorry, I got it.
Pull it up. We can't see it.
I'm on it. I'm on it right here, man. You're sharing with me that you belong. That land belongs to you. This is how I feel.
What are you saying? I'm the man, Whitey, and you guys are the victims.
Yeah. Hey, let me run that back. Something is broken. Damn it.
Something is broken.
There we go.
I'm the man, Whitey, and You guys are the victims of a tyrannical, racist, oppressive society. That's right. Man, that sucks. I'm gonna talk to some people, straighten this up, man.
I'm gonna straighten this out, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. Kick ass, Woody. Yeah.
All right, that's a little fun there. You know,
Yo,
wait, you mean to
listen,
tell me
that, bro, that is our one of my favorite. So, first of all, shouts out to Chris Farley.
yes?
Like, I was young when he passed, and it really hurt my feelings, right? Because, like, you know, when you watch in the morning, like the early morning news, and they tell you about, you know, whoever died, whatever.
Yeah,
I vividly remember early the next morning getting ready for school, and they were like, you know, Chris Farley was found dead. I was like, no. Chris Farley, Jim Carrey, Robin Williams. As a kid, hands down, 3 favorite comedians that was doing shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, only because, like, I could see, like, I wasn't old enough for Red Fox or Richard Pryor. Like, as I got older, then I was able to understand their comedy and laugh at what the fuck they had going on, right? And they're where they are with me now. But, like, as a kid, Chris Farley, Robin Williams, Jim Carrey, they did funny shit. They were just, the way they acted out their comedy and sacrificed their bodies for all types of funny shit. To me, that was it. But dude, fucking Black Sheep and fucking Tommy Boy. Oh my goodness, bro. Son of a Kill Whitey.
Yeah, that's the same. I just didn't run that part.
Oh man. Hillary Clinton, you know what I'm saying? Hillary Clinton before Hillary Clinton. Oh
Yes.
man.
For me, it was him, and then it was Martin, because a lot of
Yeah,
a lot of
Martin.
everything is
Yeah.
access. Like, what is
Yeah.
going on? Like, Martin was in my house, and then
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Chris Farley was
Yeah.
on Saturday Night Live. Martin was on weekly, and then they started running it like daily, the reruns or whatever.
Mhm.
And that was huge. I used to watch Martin every day after school, and I could act like Martin, and people would laugh. Like, he was the first, because and you know, people don't know that. They're like, oh, what's the first? Really, for me, probably Eddie Murphy was the first. Him and, believe it or not, Andrew Dice Clay were the first 2 I actually remember as like a little kid watching and laughing, and be like, I'm not supposed to laugh at that. So, and then Martin, because I could do Martin, right? And if I acted like Martin or Chris Farley, Gina. So I got laughs.
Damn, Gina.
I mean, I had those movies memorized. Hell yeah. And then Friday too. Friday was a little edgy for my fam. My mom's was like, you know. Remember, I come from it was, like I said, it was just me and my mom. She was very religious. Like, I didn't get to dress up for Halloween kind of thing. You know what I mean? So
Similar story. My mom,
Yeah, no.
you know what I'm saying, she my parents was married, but that's another conversation we'll have at another time, because anyway, another conversation for another time. But she we went to private school. I
Right.
went to private school all the way up until 5th grade. And she was not like, we're at church every Sunday. We're liable to go at church sometime during the week and do something. And she was not with that. I couldn't watch Ren and Stimpy. I couldn't watch like, I would catch Martin every now and then if she'd have it on, and I just, you know, be in there messing with her, but then I would see it, you know what I'm saying? And I remember, you know, certain funny things, like when they was on vacation, and it was the possum or the raccoon he was fighting that. I remember that. I remember when he was in the boxing ring and he got all lumped. That was funny as fuck. This one I love. It's so hard to say goodbye to my mama's bird.
The bird, yes.
Oh man, but yeah, it wasn't really happening.
It was wonderful. It was great. So, all right, man. We got to get into it.
Let's
By the
get
way,
it.
do you see what I have up on this screen?
Somewhat.
Just a little fun side note as I'm scrolling through my man merch, as you know, one of my personal favorites. Definitely, maybe not what we would have on this show, and edge lord, as they say. But he just retweeted a tweet that says, "Did we all forget that Candace got her name out there by trying to start a doxing website and only became on the Oppo side because of Zoe Quinn?" And he put, "I never forgot." So yeah,
Hey, man.
just a little something for you, because Candace is getting love right now. Look, sure, you know what I mean. She's shining. Look, there's other people shining right now that maybe I'm not crazy about on some level. You know what I mean? The good thing about the shine is that if you're not shiny and they give you the shine, you look dull. You got to be ready for it. You know what I mean? Maybe she reads through it. Called his Simon and talks about the symbolism and evil. Yeah. Well, no, when it comes to Halloween, man, there is some stuff there. I think that I don't know, man. I think that a lot of it has to do with, as a kid, it's fun to dress up like a cowboy or a cop or a fireman, and I don't want to take that from kids, but I also don't want to, put them in, weird, low-key demon worshiping things either. So I don't know, man.
That part. That's where I'm at with it. Like, I love the kids dressing up, you know what I'm saying, in different characters. It's when you start having the skeletons and the demons and all the other stuff. Like, I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys. And I'm pretty sure you guys see it too. But you see now, we're getting Halloween decorations of the house like they used to do for Christmas.
The big blow, like, yeah, man.
Yes, the
Sam's
blow
Club,
ups,
whatever
yeah,
you guys
bro.
do, 5, 6, 7, 8 foot witches and goblins, and
That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. And I'm like, you guys don't notice that we're getting more and more demonic?
Yeah, man.
The fuck?
I don't. It concerns me on that level, and then like, yeah, man, I'm gonna sound like the oldest, most backwards, fucking, red tard, but Wicked. I hate to say it, but literally, it's in the name. Wicked. You know what I'm saying? And it's.
Did you watch it?
No, no.
Yeah,
I
so-
watched the original. I watched the original like years ago. I watched that one, and that I got it. And
So
I'm not.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. This is pro. Wicked wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah, man.
Like honestly, Wicked wasn't a this is what, like, literally. All right, I'm just gonna tell you the beginning. This isn't a spoiler. I'm just gonna tell you the beginning of the movie. All right,
Right.
just to set it up. And this was essentially the tone for the rest of the movie. Right, mom and dad, husband and wife, they're married. Husband dips off for vacation or does business, and then the side dude comes in the house, right? And mom's is in there getting it in with the side dude, and they're drinking this magic green drink. You feel me? And a baby is born of it, right? And now mom and dad, mom's black, dude is racially ambiguous. We really don't know what the heck he is, but we know he ain't black. The baby comes out, and I ain't gonna lie, to me, it was kind of funny. It kind of reminded me of Life, right? Remember in Life when Can't Get Right had the baby?
Yeah.
And and the baby came out, and the granddaddy was like,
oh. I mean, see, they used to make better movies. I'm just saying, I don't care.
So
lower budget and funnier movies. I'm just saying.
So this was essentially the same thing. The baby came out, but the baby came out green because they was drinking on the green drink, right?
Right.
And it was like he just shitted on the baby her whole life, and she was a good person. Like in the movie, motherfucker was good and like on point. Just look, I just want to live. I just want to be a part. I'm just a person. Like, and they treated her like shit. Like, bro, when I tell you, like, the way that they arranged this movie, right, when it was coming out and we was hearing all the people talk about it, plus the actors in which was acting in it, we all felt like this movie was going to be a woke crock of shit. We all thought this was going to be a woke crock of shit, and nobody wanted to see it.
Right.
But I actually was like, you know what? I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it just to see just how bad they're going to portray us, and they're going to, and it wasn't actually, it was more like, oh, they're actually telling the people. I wonder if they're going to actually pick up that they're, holy shit. Wasn't a bad movie. Like, if you're not doing anything and you just happen to be scrolling and you got like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Nothing else to do, turn it on. Bro, if it isn't, if it's so horrible that you don't finish it, not only will I send you your $2 that I owe you on Cash App, right? I'll send you multiples of the $2 that I owe you on Cash App, and you can go and get you some Dave's hot chicken or something.
Right. Oh yeah, I gotta go there. I forgot. So my wife just discovered Sam's Club. We spent $1,000 there in the past 2 weeks. Damn near.
Jesus,
like, I know. Like, I need a bomb to hit, right, to get through all this food. You know what?
God damn. No, stay away, Amy. No more Sam's, Amy. No more Sam's. Okay, just leave it alone. No, because I know. Listen, I know how Sam's will get you. Especially, I used to actually love and enjoy the fucking Polish dogs at Sam's. The Polish dogs at Sam's was primo. I don't eat beef anymore, so I haven't had one of their Polish or the hot dogs in what year? Oh shit! Damn.
But the savings,
it's been like 8 years. What your savings?
She's like, here's the thing. She's like, I bought 200 pounds of ground beef, but if I would have bought 5 pounds like we normally do, it would have been, $367 cheaper, but per pound, I save $5 a pound. You're like, great.
No.
What?
No. Two person household.
No, I know. No.
Purchase certain things from Sam's. Not everything. We don't get everything from Sam's.
Yeah, no. Bathroom items, yes.
Yes.
Stuff
Coffee.
you're gonna use every day. Oh yeah, they got the good. I can't find better coffee for cheap. If I'm a coffee guy, so if you got a chest freezer and a food saver machine, let it ride, yo. I love it.
Yeah. Go get that. Go get a chest freezer and a food vacuum from Sam's. That's what you get from Sam's, right? You buy your TV from Sam's. 2-person household is certain things. I saw somebody buy an engagement ring at Sam's. I was like,
man, just don't tell. You know what I mean? Come and borrow a pound of
beef. But it's Sam's. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, it's a members only place, right? It's a members only place. So like, you can do something like that at Sam's. It's like, yeah, we're gonna do this special, because we can get this at a cheaper price. You know what I mean? We're going to get this, and we're going to offer this exclusively for our members, since it is a members only situation. Hey, man.
Same here. I don't know why mine married me. She was lonely. I caught her at you know what I mean? Look, here's the key, man. Buy low, sell high. That's the secret, right? So anyway, I'm telling you, here's the thing. They said you couldn't do it. I made her a big, beautiful wife. I did. I took her in, made her beautiful. It was great. Huge. So anyway, you got it.
It was huge.
Having fun. Anyway, speaking of having fun, the speech, the best first State of the Union ever, in my humble opinion. I thought it was great. It was, by the history books, the longest ever spoken. A lot of people focused on the the Democrats' behavior, which was just ignorant. We all know that. But there was a lot of great points made. And, we're going to hit some of it. We're going to, try to hit some highlights and we'll go from there. So let's start with the opening.
Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
The whole night, like, he looked at one side for something. He said child trafficking and he pointed at him.
They is upset over there. Who they upset?
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years.
True.
And we are just getting started.
I love
Bitch,
it.
you got work to do.
We do have work to do.
You got work to do. We are just getting started, motherfuckers. Bills.
And I mean that's one thing we will definitely address. Can't do a kind of a definitely pro-Trump conservative show without calling it out, man. I'm an honest man, and I gotta say, hey, look, he said he was going to lower prices on day one, and that hasn't happened. Breaks my heart. I understand why, but at the end of the day, that's not a dub. Now, in 2 years, 3 years, we're going to be winning so much it will not matter. And in 2 or 3 years, it'll be like, yeah, he said he was going to lower them on day one. But first of all, my grandmother doesn't have to pay Social Security taxes anymore. All that lies about Medicare, Medicaid didn't happen. Food prices are not only down, I have more money to buy more food. And now there's a lot more food being produced in America. And now there's a lot more jobs that Americans are doing that they didn't. So it's all going to be better, and it will not matter. But I'll let you have this one. I'm not going to lie and be like, nuh-uh, or this or that. I'm not going to liberal you. I'm not going to give you 14 reasons. Well, maybe, kind of, sort of. No. He said he was going to lower prices on day one, and that has not happened.
Well, I think that he fucked up by overstating that.
Yeah.
In that manner, right? He would have been better off served as saying, hey, look, on day one, I'm going to start working on lowering the prices. I'm going to start working on lowering the prices. And this has been 4 years of fuck up that we have to chip away at. And I'm not going to stop working for you. Day one, we're going in there and we're getting the work of the people done to start lowering these prices. And I don't know how soon we're going to do everything we can. I want them to happen day one. I want to go in there and I want to start, and we find ways. Matter of fact, we already been looking at ways that we can lower the prices for the people by opening up certain funds and pouring into the farmers and the local producers so that they in turn can start selling to the local stores, which will cut down on costs on transportation and delivery of like there's conversations that could have been had, that should have been had, that need to be had, that isn't being had. Like they're just running, they're just spitting, and they're just spitting, not really thinking about what they're spitting, but they're just spitting, and that's their intentions to do it, but you just don't have what's necessary to do it in that manner. Not that.
I think
releasing the J6 boys and prisoners day one, you can do that. Stroke of the pen, it can happen.
Doge coming in.
Doge coming in the way you did, that's something that you can do strike in day one. There are things that you can do day one that takes immediate effect. There are. And there are other things that you have to work through. And you know this. This is how you should be saying it. But again, you know, grandiose. So it is ultimately, it is a win that you give the libs now. It is a own that they can go and run with now. Oh, you said he's going to lower the egg prices. Look, they've gone up even higher. Yeah, bitch, because you're sending bird flu in the fucking chicken plants.
And Biden called for the culling of 150 million specifically egg-laying chickens. So there's that too.
How tell me, how in the fuck is bird flu getting inside of contained factories and farms? You mean to tell me we got a real live chicken run movie going on right now, and the goddamn on rooster is done landed inside the damn hen house from outside? The circus animal done laid down in here with the women, and now he around here smacking the backs loose. Is that what's happening?
Who is working all these farms?
Somebody's taking the shit in there.
Yeah, who was working all these farms? Was it what was the majority group of people working these farms? People who stood to lose greatly from the immigration policies that were coming in. Let's just put two and two together, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sending you away, and then all of a sudden, the place you work, the chickens all get sick, and we kill them all. There's no way those two things could be coincidental. No way. And in fact, we know the chicken business is synonymous with illegal immigration. It's damn near slave trade, literally. Man, living where I live, there are towns in Oklahoma and Texas that are decimated. You know what I mean? They don't exist anymore because the business was able to be shipped to Mexico, which is what Trump is trying to fix. And then everything has turned massive, right? So you had a chicken plant that, whatever, produced chickens for 10 counties or whatever. And that all went to one big city, and all the chickens go out from one place. And they literally trade labor across the border. This is well known. Look it up. All of a sudden, we stop, we go, that's going to stop happening. And all of a sudden, all the egg and chicken prices go up. And I don't know. So.
Shit sad, bro.
Yep.
Shit sad. But yeah, that's why I think he dropped the ball at. And,
Yeah, I just wanted to own it, man. As much as, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be that guy where anybody is like, well, you guys, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And you don't even mention. I'm like, I'm going to, okay, yeah, no. Hey, look, me of all people need prices to come down. Hey, look, don't think I forgot about that $5,000 check. Don't think I forgot about that. I want that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you. I'm 100% with you on all this stuff. Let's not forget about it. Let's hold them accountable. Let's make sure that, okay, so prices didn't come down day one. We can scream and cry about that all day long. That don't change it. Prices can come down, should come down, and will come down. And more than that, we're going to have more money in our pocket that we actually earn and make, because less of it will be taxed and going to the government. That's what we need to demand. That's what we want to see. So, in my opinion, there. Fun part of the speech here. Let's check this part out.
And $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education, the most ever paid, nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud.
What'd you say?
They big mad at Elon right now.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And we've taken back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things. taking back a lot of that money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also confidence and Social Security program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old. It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them. And we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159 and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a healthier country than I thought, Bobby. Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229, one person between the age of 240 and 249, and one person is listed at 360 years of age. More than 100 years. More than 100
Somebody
years.
said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, shit. Did you hear what that person
Find out where
said?
that money's going.
They said Joe
And it's
Biden.
not going to be.
They said Joe Biden.
I gotta hear that again.
Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229, one person between the age of 240 and 249, and one person is listed at 360 years of age.
Joe
More than
Biden.
100 years, more than 100 years older than our country. But we're going to find out where that money's going. And it's not going to be pretty. By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families.
Yeah, that's what we were just saying right there. Man, there's a way to do it. What frustrates me is they never mention that on the other side, that there is a way to do it. In fact, to a greater extent, I think that's why they're losing, man. I don't see them doing anything to make them better than our party. To the point of cognitive dissonance. I got really into it for like 3 days with a dude who is great. Also, he speaks Russian and has been to Ukraine, so I think I might have been dealing with the op for real. Because I invited him on the show. He's like, I've been to Russia and Ukraine many times in the past 5 years. And I was like, come on the show. He's like, I speak Russian and I speak a little Ukraine. I was like, come on the show and talk to us about it then, from your point of view. But he keeps doing these weird posts where he quotes a conservative viewpoint that's not quite true. And then he gives a big response on why it's wrong. And I'm like, that's not correct. You're doing the wrong thing. You're saying the wrong thing. I'm right here. Ask me. He's like, you're crazy. You're nuts. I'm blocking you now. Yeah, dude. So, which is what they do. Shout out to Shane Cashman, the fucking lunatic book, which was a whole book written on how they call you just crazy and a lunatic if you even dare question the narrative. So,
fuck them.
Yeah. But man, I just feel like there's a way to do it. So, and I know you being a small business owner, man, what do you see? What do you think, man? What are you thinking there?
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
And keep making money and keep, progressing forward. Like, I'm finding out what the Small Business Administration got going on, holding them to the fire. I'm like, all right, listen, we're going to build small businesses. What are we doing to build small businesses? What kind of tax breaks do we have? Do we have any money we're trying to infuse into, capital that we can go ahead and get these things rolling and expanding and getting what we need? Like, where are we moving and how are we building? That's where I'm at with it. I'm looking at industry now, like which way I want to go, which way I want to turn. This was where I was at the end of the initial Trump term, right? Look, we got opportunity zones that are coming. We got the SBA. We got all these different opportunities to where we can infuse money in the community, start building businesses back up, because we are bringing business back to America. Somebody has to do it, and the small business is the blood of the American economy. We made it these corporations, but we don't need these corporations. It's the smaller businesses, the ones that the people in the neighborhoods and the communities, the ones where they work at, where they should have a pride and they should have a love. And like, that's where I'm at with the shit. I don't care about this other shit. I'm really to the point where I really don't. It's too much. It's good. It's fucking loving hip hop Atlanta and shit. And I don't even watch that. So I don't even really want to get tuned into
Big Brothers,
all the fuckery. Yeah, man, it's just fuckery.
Yeah.
I want to build. I want to open up business. I want to, employ people. I want to get the American mindset and American spirit back into fucking work. I don't want to hear nobody talk about no motherfucking universal basic income. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear nothing about a universal basic income. I let that shit be something else. Let that make UBI, call it the Doge dividend. All right.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Instead of, we're getting universal basic income and everybody's going to get this amount of money. Like, no, then that's making these motherfuckers not want to work. Don't call it that, right? Give them jobs, build up the economy, and then if you want to send a motherfucker a check every month, if that's what you just want to do, well then fine. Send them a Doge dividend every month, right? Hey, we found this right here, or we took more money, or there's a slush fund back there, and we found this, so we're sending it back to the American people. We're doing this. Well, that's what you should be doing. Let it influence and inspire those people to work, build, be a part of a community, be a part of something bigger than themselves, actually provide and be wanted and needed in a situation. Push that spirit back onto the people so that they will get their dumb asses up and want to go build these ships that Donald Trump wants to be, have us build here in America. And they want to grow food. All these people who are talking about, I want more healthy food. I want more healthy food. Okay, bitch, well, which cow you about to go create? You know what I'm saying? When I say create, like you actually have them free grazing because you're on a farm and they're eating your fucking grass and you're talking to them and you're loving them. What egg farm are you going to run? What vegetables are you going to grow? These are the happiest vegetables ever. You know what I'm saying? We go out there, we tend to them. We make sure that there's no pest out there. We get the best of soil and all of this. Like, you should be doing that shit. You're a teacher and you want to be a good teacher, then show me that you are Miss Honey and you're not Miss fucking Trunchbull. Show me that. We need more Miss Honeys out here. We need more Joe Clarks out here. Be that. If you're not going to be that and help us get back to that type of living, that America, then you are in the fucking way. If you're out here doing whatever you can to get in the way of true progression, you see steps being made forward and you out here being Judas. Ben Shapiro is a Judas.
I agree.
Everybody knows. I heard something today. I heard the Hodge twins, and they gave me a twinkle in my heart. I also got to go find the old video because I think they said something different, but they sounded like Pro. What up, Royal? They sounded like Pro.
Real fast. We got to give a shout out to LS.
Oh, my dog.
Well.
You know what? I'm sorry. You know what? I didn't give you this.
All right, thumbs up. Ready, guys? Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to both of you.
I just got mad all over again about these people and this universal basic income and not working. And
well, can I tell you why it's dangerous from the white guy point of view? The white collar, low level white collar or whatever, blue collar, whatever, the salesman, right? The poor guy wasn't smart enough to go into construction or plumbing point of view, right? So the problem with UBI is that once that comes, you're going to get these lock-in contracts. So what does that mean? That means that your electric company can then combine, because most of the time right now, your phone company, your internet company, and sometimes your electric company are all on the same bill anyway, right? So then they can combine, they can lock you into a contract knowing that that's guaranteed money.
Did you just say your electric and your phone bill is on the same bill?
No, for me, it's my cable and internet are on the same.
Oh,
but
okay,
some people, it's cable, and they offer phone. Like if I wanted a home phone.
Yeah.
Or I could use my phone service and get home internet as well, which those should be separate companies. Those should not be bundled, right? You should have and then that way. Anyway, and then if you notice,
it's all communications.
Well, how many FCC, which I'm excited about, Trump put a good guy in there. But let me ask, how many internet options do you have in your area? Like right now, if you wanted to switch to a different internet company, how many options do you really have?
Like 4 or 5 or better.
Wow. Most places have like 2 or 3.
Yeah, because we have there's AT&T.
You can't count Starlink, by the way.
Okay, no, okay. Well, there's AT&T.
Yeah.
There's Xfinity. There's Verizon. There's T-Mobile. And then you have we have this thing called CenturyLink.
Well, that's what
we have Hargray.
Local. That's what I'm saying. Like how many local businesses, not multinational billion-dollar conglomerates.
I mean, those are the ones.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Those are when it comes to communication. Now there are CenturyLink is local. There's a few other ones. Like there are local ones who are popping up, right? But you know what I'm saying, we do have we got a few. There's options. Now there are places like apartment complexes, right, that tell you, yeah, you can only get internet through this one person. You can only get cable through these one people. You know what I'm saying? Because we're wired for these particular people to come in. So if you're going to have it in the house, and you could, and that's if you have hardwire. But now, right, you have places where, T-Mobile or Xfinity who's like, hey, we'll give you wireless options. You know what I'm saying? Like
Starlink about to run it too. Starlink. You want to talk about where some of that Doge money going? It's going to supplement Starlink in every home. Watch. I'm just saying.
Look, and guess what? If there is a Starlink contract right now, it was put in place by the Biden administration. Just like the Tesla contracts, just like the SpaceX contracts, right? These were all done by the Biden administration. That's the funny thing. That was a beautiful own this week. I don't know if you've seen it. Rachel Maddow was like, oh yeah, Elon, he's up there and he's Trump's boy and he put in billions of dollars and now he got these contracts. He's getting these backdoor payments with Trump. And they were like, yeah, he got these contracts from the Biden administration, not Trump.
I didn't say, but I've been, that's one of those things you forget that like they're shilling now on their side because it's just common knowledge. He's had these contracts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't know that? If I was a Democrat and Rachel Maddow come out talking about that, I would be like, you're lying to me, right? And that's the problem. I tell all the Democrats, like, you're being lied to. And
you would, but the Democrats wouldn't. They're gonna eat it right up.
The fact that you're gonna post Jasmine Crockett just screaming Donald Trump shredding the Constitution. Oh, how? Shut up, Nazi.
Meanwhile, you say someone coming across the border illegally is not a crime.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of that broad, bro. Look, people got mad. I got a strike. I got a strike on Facebook.
Oh no, what happened?
I said something. Let me see. What did I say?
Who did you call what?
You know I did. You know I said something. You know I said something. My words was where is it? Right here. I'm so tired of these okay, so I did say it. And it's probably going to hurt some feelings, but I don't care. I'm so tired of these black bitches talking politics, bro. I said it. I said it. I'm so tired of these black bitches talking politics, bro. Right?
You did say that. I remember.
I said it. I said it. I sure did. And I wasn't saying it as if I don't want black women talking about politics. No, I actually do want black women engaged truthfully in politics. I do. But when you got these dumb bitches out here saying stupid shit, like coming across the American border illegally is not committing a crime, bitch. Illegal. Illegal.
She called Donald Trump the so-called president. The so-called demand a recount.
Bro.
We're good with it. That's the difference.
I don't even care about her saying the so-called. I don't give a fuck about the so-called president statement because, bitch, you seen him get inaugurated. Shut up, ho.
That's the thing.
Shut up, ho. Shut up. But the fact that you say that this man is trying to shred the Constitution, y'all fighting for this man to control the executive, or you may have the power of the purse and you may say that, hey, we authorize this money to be spent, but he could be like, yeah, no, we're not spending no money. The executive offices, we're not spending any money. No, Department of Education, that's an executive office. We don't need it. We can operate it at well, they have money. Well, we'll operate it at a bare minimum.
Yeah.
And we don't have to do those projects. We can scrap all those projects tomorrow.
When
we don't spend the money. And then you know what happens when you don't spend the money? It goes back. And the next year's budget is smaller than the year before because you didn't spend all the money.
It's true. and then you can't. Well, because it's that thing. I mean, okay, so I'm legit. Here's the thing. I don't want one party rule, even if it's my party. Mm-hmm. But I think the Democrat, no one's really talking about this dude, but I think they're going to crumble as a party for a couple of reasons. One, I mean, what do you, money is food. If you don't, you know what I mean? If you don't eat, you die. So all of this taxpayer funded BS getting funneled to the Democrats, gone. Okay. So that's one. Two, socially, they're destroying themselves. They're crazy now. You can't even post. I tried to post the Stephen A. Smith video of him saying, no wonder I'm a leading. He's like, that is the dumbest thing that you would want me for president. I respect him for saying that, right? But then he showed that video of all them saying the same thing. And he's like, no wonder I'm a leading candidate. Look at what you're dealing with.
I seen something today. I retweeted it.
She needs some dick in their life.
And I was like, oh shit. Stephen A said that? Hold on. I'm gonna make it. I know we all over the place with the show and the topics, but it's just a great show, man.
Yeah.
It's just a great show.
You know, I have to pull it up now. But yeah, of course.
Right here.
You try to play that for you, some of your crazier Democratic friends, go, just look at this, man. He's making a valid point on why we're losing. And they go crazy. They ignore it, and they're like, "You're a piece of shit, crazy Nazis." You're like, "What? I'm you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about?" So
they gonna learn. They gonna learn the hard way. They gonna learn. I'm mad that I missed this. I'm glad that I seen it now though, because yo, they could crumble, but I got to be real, bro. I got to be so real.
Yeah,
this is where the problem's gonna play in. The problem is so many people, so many conservatives, the black conservatives, the white conservatives, they underestimate the black people in the cities like Atlanta, Savannah, Philadelphia, Chicago, any major city where there's Democrat rent, right? They underestimate the black community and their loyalty to the Democrat Party, right?
Yeah.
That loyalty isn't going to break no matter what they say and do right now. That loyalty isn't going to break unless something so crazy, so wild, so earth-shattering to them. And this is one thing that we could be about to see. And that's the divorce of Barack and Michelle Obama. If Barack and Michelle divorce, the black people will be shattered and in shambles. And then we can play something like this.
FBI had at least 26 confidential informants on the ground when the Capitol was stormed on January 6, 2021. The report says most of the informants engaged in illegal activity during the chaos. The Justice Department says only 3 of its 26 informants present had been instructed to observe potential domestic terrorist suspects on the day of the riot. The rest of the 23 appear to have gone to the Capitol on their own accord. Upon hearing news of the report, Vice President-elect J.D. Vance posted the following on X, quote, "For those keeping score at home, this was labeled a dangerous conspiracy theory months ago," end quote. Didn't hear anything about that for the election. Didn't hear anything about that when the quote-unquote insurrection was broached. I'm really, really sick and tired of every time I turn around finding something else that the Democrats have lied about or downplayed or misrepresented along the way. I mean, I see Republicans like Megyn Kelly or Officer Tatum or Candace Owens or, the Sean Hannitys of the world. You know what I'm getting tired of? You know what I'm getting to the Democratic Party? You know what I'm getting really pissed off about? I'm getting really ticked off at every time they open their mouth about something pertaining to y'all, they seem right.
Wow.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
Yeah.
Something so earth-shattering, like the possibility of Michelle and Barack divorcing, can shatter where they can play that from Stephen A. Smith. And then it'll break. But until then, they're going to lockstep vote Democrat in those city areas.
Right.
And that's what's going to keep them afloat.
Yeah,
That's
what's
going to keep them afloat.
It's going to dovetail into one of our
I want to
topics.
mention that President Donald Trump will deliver an address tonight in prime time to the House and Senate lawmakers on Capitol Hill. The speech will resemble something like a State of the Union address. Meanwhile, Democrats today have gone out of their way to post messages on social media about the current Trump administration and what's happening to American lives. The problem is they're all literally saying the same damn thing. Don't believe me? Check it out.
I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one.
That ain't true. That's what you just heard. Since day one of Donald Trump's presidency, prices are not down. They're up. Inflation is getting worse. Not better. The prices of groceries,
Which is
gas,
not.
houses,
Now you see why Stephen A. Smith was in the polls as a presidential candidate? You see what I'm talking about? You see that idiocy right there? You talk about something, people being tone deaf. Why the hell would 22 Democratic senators be literally echoing the same thing and think that would resonate with the American people? All it shows is that the same fabric of our democracy is unchanging in the eyes of some of these officials, and as a result, the constituency they represent, which is why Donald Trump is in office. What, do I have to come up to Capitol Hill and give you lessons? Seriously, you don't get it? All you did, Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, Chuck Schumer. Let's all get together. Let's put this in a prompter, and all together, albeit in separate rooms, we'll grab a microphone and say the same damn thing. And that's what's going to resonate with the American people. And then you wonder why you're no longer in power. You wonder why Trump is in the White House. You wonder why a vice president like J.D. Vance has the authority to spew in the direction of the president of another nation.
Because he a fucking millennial, you fucking dickhead. We don't motherfucking mince our words.
Also, he a alpha. He's not here. He came from a single parent home all the way up. Trust, look, we just play differently. We just have to survive it. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna? No, daddy taught me how to act in public. Okay, clearly. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it is what it is. Okay, so what? I raised myself, bitch. Say something. So anyway, I like JD a lot. So. Shout out to JD Memes. So, all right, man, let's get off that. That was a side swipe. Not a bad one, but let's get off that. Rob Smith mentioned something today. Got on something on the Patrick Bet David show. Wanted to bring it up. Pretty interesting here. I got the bookmark. Where did it go? There it is right there. Interesting. And, thought we're going to get just a little bit into it. This is the clip of what he was doing. I have no time shared. And so we are going to pull that right up. Bam. And here it is. This is about Derek Chauvin, the officer currently serving for murdering George Floyd, and his opinion on the conversation that is being had right now about giving him a pardon. And here we go.
There is absolutely nothing beneficial that pardoning Chauvin would do.
Can you hear
for
that?
The Trump administration, for this country, for race relations, for anybody else. It is absolutely destructive. It makes no sense. And so for me, when I first saw this, generally conversations that happen come from the ground up. Usually there's some sort of murmuring under, and then it kind of like bubbles up, and then it becomes a national conversation. This seems to be a very top-down conversation that comes from somebody with an enormous amount of influence. This is nothing that anybody was talking about or thinking about. So it really makes me question, why is this conversation happening right now? It makes me question, why did Ben Shapiro want to start this conversation right now? Who does this benefit? Doesn't benefit Trump, doesn't benefit America, doesn't benefit race relations. It doesn't benefit anything. And the last point I'll make on it is this. There are very few people that can actually really speak to in depth what was going on in that trial, how George Floyd actually died, et cetera, et cetera. There's probably 5 people that have, spent the bulk of their day on a podcast set every single day, like Ben Shapiro, like maybe 2 or 3 other people that can really talk to you in depth about this. So then they're positioning themselves to say, no, listen to me. I'm the one who really knows about this. So what? Trump's agenda is supposed to be derailed. Where we're at as a country right now is supposed to be derailed because these leftists and these Democrats are looking for a reason to have another race war. That is what they love. So why this conversation is happening right now, I have no idea.
You're not for it at all?
No, I am not.
All right. Boom.
Peanut butter and jelly. I bet you he's for it, huh? What did peanut butter and jelly say? Interesting. You're not for it at all. Interesting. Fuck you mean interesting? Why the fuck would I be for it? Like why in today's world? I'm not talking about a perfect world. I'm not talking about where everything, you know what I'm saying? Damn, man. You're right. I accidentally stepped on your shoe. I'm sorry. It's okay, man. Accidents happen. I mean, it's my shoes. The whole point is for me to protect my feet as I walk around in dirt and shit and all types of other so I don't stub my toe on the side of it. Oh, I accidentally got a scuff. Well, I'm glad I had shoes on because if it wasn't a scuff, it probably ended up being a broken toe.
Yeah.
Right? We're not in that perfect world. And things happen. And reactions happen to certain situations. So, hey, sorry, guy. I'm so sorry that you sat on another man's back for 10 minutes. I'm sorry you made that decision to stay on his back. I'm sorry that your fellow officers and your friends didn't tell you, all right, man, that's enough. Get up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the man died while you were sitting on his back for 10 minutes. I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry that he did whatever he did, whether he popped a pill, smoked some bad crack, swallowed a sack, whatever it is that he did that caused fentanyl to be in his system where he can have an OD or a bodily reaction. I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry that I believe reports say that you knew that he was having an overdose. You knew?
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you knew and you did not render aid to make sure that he was. I'm sorry that when you put him in the car, he was, I can't breathe. And instead of you doing some type of breathing symptoms with him, you're like, hey man, it's okay. Calm down. We're gonna work this out. You don't hyperventilate. I'm sorry that you didn't go and do that side of the procedure. I'm sorry that instead of standing him up there because the air's up there and not down here, right? I'm so sorry that you laid him on his stomach and on his chest at the lowest place possible and expect him to gain air while he's saying he can't breathe. I'm sorry that you did that. Those are all horrible events that happen in a chain and a succession, okay? That calls for a person to lose their life. And unfortunately, they lost their life under you. Literally. Not only under your care and supposedly under your protection because you're the one who placed them under arrest.
Yeah, I think the key there is custody, right?
You're
in their custody.
Come on now.
You know what I mean?
Come on. So yeah. So now technically, is it not a murder? Is it a manslaughter? Technically. However, a life was lost in your custody. And while in your custody, you said, I just saw a video of something today, right? Mm-hmm. Where I think it was Libs of TikTok that shared it, where some lady, it was either her child or an adopted child, they sat on the child for a couple of minutes, killed the child, right?
right?
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I saw that. I was being serious. I didn't want to laugh while being serious while talking about right. She killed the child. She got something like 6 years.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, she deserves more than 6 years. She killed that child. Da, 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 da. Oh, okay. Well, listen, hear me out. I'm sure she didn't intend on killing that child when she sat on that child, although she's a big bitch. She's a big bitch. But she didn't intend on killing that child. So she got the manslaughter charge that you guys are advocating for Derek Chauvin.
No, they're talking about full pardon, but
I mean pardon, but there's also people's like, oh, he deserves a pardon on murder because that shouldn't have been the charge. The charge should have been manslaughter.
That was going to be my next question to you, quite honestly, was if it's proven that he is not officially guilty of murder, would you think that he should at least go down for a lesser charge, stay locked up? Negligent homicide, I think, would be probably the correct one. If
that's what they're going to do.
First of all, I think a pardon would be completely out of the question. It's out of
the question. It's out of the question. If they are saying that they want to, hey, listen, this was the wrong charge. It was actually supposed to be this charge. He's going to remain in custody. Okay, we're not saying release him. He's going to remain in custody. And instead of serving, 20 years concurrently, he's going to serve 15 years concurrently, or whatever the case may be, right? Then it's like, okay, cool, because then at that moment you should have a I don't know. Is it concurrently or is it consecutive? Which one is it? I don't know.
He's got some concurrent.
He's got
because you always go down for more than one thing. I would
Yeah.
think you got your dereliction of duty, negligent homicide while in the commission of a police officer, which carries a heavier penalty because we give you more trust and power walking around the street. So if somebody dies, especially in your custody, it's worse. So I would say at least those two, which should be 20 years anyway.
Mhm.
So, but you could plead down and get a little less there, but at least negligent homicide and dereliction of duty, and then, failure to render aid in a timely manner. Because, I mean, within the 10 minutes you were sitting on him or 15 minutes you were sitting on him, you could have called, you know what I mean? You could have rendered some sort of aid that you failed to. So, man, you know me, I'm a law guy like that. And I believe honestly, and still look, man, the whole thing is what it is, right?
And that's why you educate the people. You educate them on the laws, because there are some people who don't know the difference between a murder charge and a manslaughter charge,
Or
or
it shouldn't be-
negligent homicide, right?
which is much heavier than manslaughter. People don't understand.
Mhm.
You can get it convicted of manslaughter 1, which is you couldn't prove intent, right?
Mhm.
So you could have prove any intent, and you can do 8 years, 6 years, just like that lady. But if it's negligent homicide, meaning you knew that your negligence could cause a death and you were negligent anyway, that's way worse. That's worse than murder 2 in many cases, right? So meaning, so, and it's basically on par with murder 2 unless you're a cop. And then if it's dereliction of duty and failure to render aid, those carry, I think it's 8, and then 4 normally for cops, because magically. So that should be another 8 there with the murder 2, which is at least 10. So that's 18. So not normally that's Fed time though. That's not, that's what I know about Fed time. So don't ask me how I know any of this. So anyway,
Get bored at night.
yeah, man, I read too much, but yeah. So I that's how I feel. I honestly feel a pardon would be a travesty of freaking justice. And to speak kind of to Rob's point, I absolutely feel like this administration up to this point now, we got to give people time. Once again, it's like, oh, he hasn't done everything he promised in 30 days. Rah. But this administration and the RNC to a much greater extent is failing in their urban outreach, specifically their young black outreach, failing miserably.
They don't want us.
Sorry, go ahead.
They don't want us. They don't want us.
There's just nobody there to talk. There's nobody like you there to go, hey, we exist and here's a way to reach us.
No,
you know what I mean?
No,
like,
we're
who's
here.
doing that?
We're here. They know we exist, but they don't want us. They want people who are going to say, pardon Derek Chauvin. Right?
See,
they don't. You're right. But when you have black people who are a part of their structure, who is saying, yeah, pardon Derek Chauvin. Yeah. It's like
Lawrence Jones level cats, hair straightener cats. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. It's not for me to say. But yeah, just say it. Anyway,
that's the issue. Because I'm out here. I don't hide that I'm currently Republican and I'm not like, and I'm saying that I'm trying to reach out, but that shit makes it like, this is the thing I need people to understand is when they do that type shit, it makes it hard for recruitment. Well, because they're gonna be like, I don't want to fuck with them.
Well, and to what you've said before, we need a new party. Both parties are kind of outdated.
Yeah.
And you're not a Republican because the Republican Party is up and down, checks every box. It's just closer. It's, maybe 60% versus 40. Right? Let's see what we got here. If Chauvin gets new charges and convicted on new state charges and gets less time that doesn't match the Fed charges that are running concurrently, will you have to serve both the balance of the, I don't know, brother.
Yeah, you do Fed, bro. You do Fed to the dough.
Yeah.
You do Fed to the dough, cuz.
Even absolutely with 100% good behavior, it's 10 to 11 months for each year. So, yeah.
You doing it to the dough. So, hey, man.
I've heard I've read books. I don't know anybody, but I've heard that if you do something real heavy, better to go turn yourself into local if you don't think you can, get to the look. Anyway, if you're gonna be hemmed up, better you go turn yourself in local than the feds get you. Straight up for the time you're gonna do. And I heard a Fed pin is way worse than a state pin. So yeah.
Well, it depends. If you in a Fed pin, they're more likely to keep their eyes on you and make sure, unless you're one they need gone.
Yeah.
Right. If you're one of theirs, they need to burn. Outside of that, but them states, Lord, boy, them states is horrible.
Yeah. Well, they're poor.
States is horrible. There you go. There you go. Those states is horrible. Them feds, man, please, where the mafia at? I'm going to talk to the mafia.
Man, I was watching a show about England, and on this show are British dudes. And this British dude had to have they had a little bookshelf and a little TV. I was like, damn, that's nice. That's just I've stayed in hotels that were shittier than that dude's, lockup cell. Pro, you got to understand why Shapiro said that about pardoning Chauvin. You don't like Candace, but consider how Shapiro handled her.
How did he handle her? He ran away, didn't he?
Yeah, he screwed her over. Screwed her out of millions of dollars and stuff.
Yeah, he don't like niggas. She got her nigga wake up moment. That's what the fuck it was.
She's like, how many white babies do I gotta have for y'all accept me?
Never, bitch.
Never,
bitch. Never.
Ask famous tiny hat Karl Marx how he feels about that. Right. So anyway, we're moving on. We're moving on. But speaking of that, man, yeah, just to touch on it, man, I got in the trenches a little bit this week, and it is crazy, man. Like, it is the last breath of a dying group of folks. You know what I mean? It's nuts. It's crazy. One thing that makes me angry is people like, thank you, Al Green. He's screaming lies that are scaring old, but like, thank you for screaming lies that are scaring old people. What kind of shit is that, man? What kind of evil are you? You're a special kind of evil. I had a guy, the trans thing. I had a guy come after me and be like, you don't have kids. It just came after me personally, right? And was like, you don't have kids and you must have a thing for kids if you want to keep dicks away from kids. I was like, no. And it was because the NCAA came out, and that's what they do, man. It's this damaging thing where it's like, I'm going to cast suspicion and doubt on you for trying to protect children, so less people try to protect children, and there's less people like you in the fucking way of me putting my trans man in your daughter's locker room or your niece's locker room because you don't have kids, so you're weird. You know what I mean? So, you know, there was that. And not only that, but it was, the whole point was, well, there's only 10 trans athletes that we know of in the NCAA. And he was like, y'all spend all this money and you're so stupid. And there's only 10 of them. And my question to him was, if there were only 10 black men lynched in America, is that not enough to give a fuck about? Only 10 black men were lynched. We shouldn't spend any money or any care. We should just let it happen. What's the number? If 10 women lose their scholarships and lose their futures when they busted their ass to play sports their whole life, or if 10 other girls, because you got to understand that 10 affects hundreds of other women on other teams and their team. So there's things like that. Go to my man is like, oh, let me just pull off on that one. You know what I'm saying? Amy said, what the F? I know. So it's things
Into
like
the
that
shadows.
they do. They also ruin, man, they ruin the opportunity to have a normal conversation. Nobody's denying anybody's space or trying to hurt anyone else, but women have rights. Young ladies who have worked to have college degrees and they're doing it through athletics have rights just as much or more. And it doesn't matter whether I have kids or not, because they're or not. And it doesn't matter whether I'm white or not, because there are millions of black fathers in America that do not want their daughters in a locker room with a dude who feels like he is transgender.
I'm one of them. Keep preaching, boy. Keep preaching. Keep preaching.
That's all I really, like I said, I got a bad voice. I can't really go crazy.
Nah, man, you cooking. You better cook.
Man, you trying to, I don't know what you're doing, but whatever.
I'm letting you cook. You do this to me all the time. Go ahead.
I never go off camera. I never go off camera.
Lies. You
no.
You have times where you
feature you.
And now I'm featuring you. See, I found a way to feature you when you cooking. Keep cooking.
Dude, most of the time I'm doing it because I want to get a good clip of you. That's why I'm doing it. But anyway.
Well, now we're getting good clips of you. You better
We're breaking the third wall. So, standing against the trend. And I have 3. I don't yet know. But see, that's what they lose on. We talked about this back in the summer. And that is that I'm telling you, Democrats, you're going to lose because you're coming for the kids. And we'll put up with a lot. You can launder billions and billions and billions of taxpayer dollars for your own little funds and to stay in power. You can create a Democratic permanent Washington voter class of millions of people who figure out how to get more money to hire millions of more people who all keep voting for the party that will keep them employed and hiring more people and laundering money. You can do that. And we let you get away with it. You can illegally do war actions all over the world, and that's absolutely fine. We'll even clearly turn another, turn our head on that. Barack Obama, the bomber in chief, deporter in chief. You can do all of that. And that's absolutely fine. And in fact, we'll cheer some of it on. But when you come for the kids, that's too far, bro. You played your hand. Congratulations. You played yourself. Nobody's going to tell me how to raise my children. Nobody's going to tell Pro how to raise his children. So, yeah.
Nope, because I'm coming for your head. You come at me talking about me raising my kids how you want me to raise my kids. Bitch, I'm coming for you just like that. It's gonna be now you see me, now you don't.
See, now I want to do it. Now I wanna hold on. See, bro, because what I'm saying is, whoa, where did bro? You know what I'm saying? Where did I go?
Yeah.
Sorry. No, but absolutely, man. And what was crazy is I know this guy, and he posted this real fruity shit of literally the guy was like, if you can't name 10 female athletes, you don't get to have a voice in the trans thing. I'm like, if I can't name 10 black men that have been lynched in the past year, should I say that I said, do I have to be an unwanted fetus to be pro-abortion? Right? I don't have to be black to be pro-black rights.
Oh, if you can't name 10 women athletes, then okay. So you gonna name me 10 HBCUs?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Are you gonna name me 10 black neighborhoods? You gonna name me 10 black pastors? Come on, bro. Chill. The fact of the matter is, he has what?
He has a granddaughter. Like a brand new baby granddaughter, and I was like, dude,
y'all better keep his nasty ass away from the churn.
Yeah, exactly.
He's that family secret that people really don't want to show up to family holiday dinners because he might be there. That's who he is.
And you realize this man not only hurts his own cause, because all he did was come after me personally. It was like, oh, you used to do drugs, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, do you not understand, to a recovering addict, it's a badge of honor, right? Next month makes 8 years since I've touched a drop of alcohol or a hard drug. And I am fucking proud of that, bro. I don't care what nobody say. That's not as easy as people think, okay? It's really not.
He's 8 years, and I'm about to make it 8 seconds for me.
Word. And good for you, and no hate. No hate. You know what I'm saying? People got to live their life. That is one thing you learn.
Bro, I'm just messing with you. I'm truly proud of you, though. Because that's gangster shit.
If you think me going, hey, man, in this trans issue, I think that we're leaving women's rights out. And there are a lot of young women out there that A, could be injured, and B, have busted their ass for college degrees. And a dude just decides, a mediocre at best dude decides he's a woman and he takes it from them. Well, that's shitty. And then the damage it could cause the women and the dude by being forced in the same locker room is not healthy either. And then it's like, oh, well, you're weird and, you know, and you don't have kids and you're white and you're stupid. And it's like, dude, attacking me only proves my point more. You're an ignorant idiot when it comes to this. And you understand. Sorry, go ahead.
Clip this. You sick motherfucker who decided to get in an argument with my partner saying that you're weird and you don't have kids. And how do you not want, bitch, I got kids. Take it from a motherfucker with kids and nieces and goddaughters. Motherfucker, I don't want a trans person in the bathroom with my children and the children in care of me. I think that's some sick, weird fuck shit. And for you to be a motherfucker who advocate, don't ever let me see you in person. Don't ever let me see your sick, weird ass in person. This isn't a threat. This is a promise of things that shall transpire. Threats are so nasty. But things that will transpire, like making America great again, yeah, this is one of those ways. This is real men stepping up and standing up for all the women who feel unsafe because some weird fucktard feels like, I was born in the wrong body. I have a dick, but I'm really a woman. Their mind is twisted, warped, and they need to come to grips with the truth and reality. They should not be coddled. They should not be made comfortable to be able to perpetuate this fuckery. Especially from fucktards like you. No. Hell no. The only trans that anybody should be talking about is a Trans Am or the transmission in their motherfucking car.
You better kill me. I'm gonna be another rapper dead for popping off at the mouth with shit I shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
The only difference is I got the balls to say it in front of y'all.
And I don't give a yeah. I think that put the point on the end of the sentence there. We're moving right along because this rolls right into it. Because once again, it's these lies and this crazy.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you said that.
We're going to have growth. I'm not going to touch Social Security,
And,
Medicare, Medicaid.
Man,
No, we're going to
unlike a
get
lot of
fraud out
cats,
of there.
man,
You know, you see where I talk
I've
about
known
it all the time.
transgender
We have
people. I've
people
worked with in the
250 years
entertainment
old and all,
industry.
you know,
I've worked with
tremendous
many of
fraud
them before.
But
I don't
that
have
has
a
nothing
problem
to
with
do
you
with
living your
that.
life
We're
however
going to
you
get
want,
the fraud out,
right? I
and
hate
everybody
women.
wants us to get the fraud out, and therefore
Oh,
you'll make it better.
Yeah, can you hear it? That's
But
weird.
we're going to have tremendous growth when you
Shouldn't
look
be
at
able to
all of
hear
the
it. My
car
bad.
companies
Hold
that
on.
are
Twitter. Sorry. I paused it. So anyway, yeah, man, it's I don't have a problem. I hate wiggers. You know what? I don't mind real wiggers, such as myself, who came from a very, diverse background. I hate rich white boys who try to act black to be cool. I can't stand them. But that's your life. You know what I mean? I don't want you around my people. You know what I mean? But that's your life. It is what it is, kind of thing. So, I understand and that kind of thing. But no, you got to stay away from the kids. You're not forcing dual sex kids in the same locker room. You're not taking away women's rights, actual rights to go to school and have an education and play sports to do it and feel like they can be in a locker room. You're not taking that away. And I'm sorry. That's all there is to it. You know what I mean? So sorry. Let's hit this here. Moving on. Speaking of rights, as you know, the whole thing now is Trump is cutting Medicaid. Trump is cutting. Al Green was screaming about the cuts to Medicaid, supposedly. He's like, I can be censured because I don't want people losing Medicare and Medicaid. Over and over. That's what you're hearing everywhere right now. And if you work with any seniors or have any seniors in your life that don't know any better, this is a real concern to them right now. Because if you didn't pay attention to anything but CNN and MSDNC, as Trump calls it, you would think that you're about to lose your freaking Medicaid or Medicare. But this is what Trump literally said today on the issue.
It's like you've never seen before.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you said that.
We're going to have growth. I'm not going to touch Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Now we're going to get fraud out of there. You see where I talk about it all the time, where you have people 250 years old and all, tremendous fraud. But that has nothing to do with that. We're going to get the fraud out. And everybody wants us to get the fraud out, and therefore you'll make it better. But we're going to have tremendous growth. When you look at all of the car companies that are now coming into the United States, and they've been announcing, like on a daily basis, they're going to build their plants and they're going to create tremendous numbers of jobs and so many other things. And I'm doing something else that I think is very exciting. Maybe I'm wrong. A gold card. For $5 million, you buy a path to citizenship in this country. We'll see. I believe that Apple and all these companies that can't get people to come out of college and come because they get thrown out. Think of it. You graduate number one at the Wharton School of Finance or Harvard or Stanford, and you get thrown out of the country. You can't stay more than one day. And they want to hire these people, but they can't. They've complained to me about it. Now they can buy a gold card. And they can take that gold card and make it a part of their deal to get these top students. No different than an athlete, like a bonus. It's a signing bonus. And you're going to have a lot of people buy that. You're going to have a lot of companies buying gold cards. So for $5 million, now, it's a lot of money when you add it up if we sell a lot of them.
Yeah.
If we don't, it's nothing ventured, nothing lost. But I think it's going to be very successful. You can't get a green card. A green card, this would be a green card on steroids. This would be much better than a green card.
Boom. What are your thoughts there, sir?
I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful in the midst of rebuilding. Like he's literally like, yo, all right, bitch, if you come in here for business. All right. You come in here for business. I'm gonna give you a gold card, bitch. Drop $5 million on the table. And if you dropping $5 million on the table and you clean, oh, you coming over here for a reason.
There you go.
You trying to make some jobs? Oh, you trying to start some businesses? Is that what you trying to do? All right. Let's talk, honky.
Well, it's also think about how it's a security issue.
Mm-hmm.
No one's sending their kids over here, and it's costing them $5 and $10 million to send little, you know what I mean, little Raheem and little Ahmad. You know what I mean? If they said they're not sending their kids to Gaza, they're not sending their kids to a war zone. They want to send their kids to the safest possible place with the best possible education, and they're willing to fund and help make that happen. What's the problem? What's the problem there?
So what this should show, and again, that's what I'm saying, it's all about getting and reaching the people on the streets for them to understand what those people understand. And that is America is definitely the land of opportunity.
Yes.
Either you know how to get out there and make it happen, or you don't. And we're going to show you how you get out there and make it happen. We can do that. We can do that, but we got to be ready to do it. I'm sitting here reading right now. You know, Canada just had an election.
Right.
And the person who's going to replace Trudeau is an ex-central banker.
Oh.
Mark Carney. All right. Mark Carney says he knows that we're going to be in a trade war with America. He says that America is not Canada, and Canada never, ever will be part of America in any way. He didn't ask for the fight, but Canadians are ready to pick up the gloves when somebody throw them down. And Americans should make no mistake that in trade, just like in hockey, Canada will win. These are his words. We got to show them. It's just ain't hockey. This ain't soccer. Just straight up smash mouth football. It's smash mouth football. And we playing to win. This is a contact sport. You gonna beat us in trade? Oh, that means you're gonna beat us in innovation? Oh, okay. Watch. And that's why we have to get back to producing here in America quality, grade A, golden shit. We have to. That's the mission right now.
And that's I love the lager thing. I don't know if you know about that, but we have some of the best wood. We have some of the best wood. Our wood is some of the best wood. You can't mess with our wood.
Wood,
we do.
steel.
Yeah, we have, and because of conservation and the Green New Scam and all of that, we shut it down to give Canada a bunch of money to raise the price and put tariffs on it. Let's not forget, they tariff the shit out of everything that comes through to us. And then that's our wood. But we have better wood that we can get far cheaper right here. Prices going down. You know, you're absolutely correct. And steel. And did you hear now that there are, he said it in the speech, but, you know, Honda is building new factories from Mexico here.
Mm-hmm.
Ford, Chevy, Hyundai, Japan is building a new, what do you call it? EV car, a brand new EV car. They're building their plants, and it's all going to be American made, Japanese owned, American made. And I'm just saying that makes all costs go down and puts more money in everybody's pocket. So, yeah,
Maybe.
man, I'm interested.
It opens up other lanes, you know what I'm saying? Because when those people come through, when those plants come in, like So we have a Hyundai plant being built right now, or that shit's essentially built. It should be opening within the year. I'll just put it that way. Within the year, it'll be opening up, and they'll be producing the vehicle there. They didn't do right by the water. Like, they didn't create their own water processing plant or anything. They didn't add into the water structure or the water infrastructure. They literally are trying to tap into what takes care of the city, the surrounding cities around it. You know, why didn't y'all think about that infrastructure? And you're trying to bring in more people. Why didn't y'all plan in like, all right, look, we're going to build this plant. This plant going to need millions of gallons of water in order to keep the pressure and everything flowing through it properly. We're going to have to figure out some kind of way to add this on, because this is going to take away from the families that are in the surrounding area already. On top of the fact that we're trying to build up more houses and stuff and bring more people in so people can live closer. Like, we're really trying to, like, those types of things need to be included in those deals.
I agree.
Because, again, we're being solutionary. If we're bringing solutions to the table, if we're presenting problems, you can't present a problem without a solution. That's just the way I really would like to look at it. Always bring something forward, man. Like, why plan it all the way out,
man? And while we're just while we're just brainstorming and spitballing here, I mean, if I had any kind of power, and Trump is a contractor and developer, so you should respect and appreciate this, but something we've talked about, once again, way off the rails here. Everywhere you go in these towns, I know you got towns, there are small towns you pass by going everywhere you go, right? And something you see in these towns, and even in bigger towns and all these growing smaller towns where they're putting plants, is you see a nice new apartment complex next to a dilapidated old building that's fallen down. Where you see, all these old funky houses falling down are horrible and nobody's lived there in years. It's all grown up. But right next to it, they're building a new house. Fix the buildings. You know how much less space we would take up? No one's talking about that. I would launch a fix the, buildings, restore them campaign. Try to get tax dollars for that. Because that's, usually owned by either county, city, or someone locally has fallen into disrepair. They're in a nursing home. That house has been there 50, 60 years. It's just going to get torn down to build, you know what I mean? A new McDonald's or whatever the case. So let's fix those old buildings before we build a bunch of new McStrip malls, which we're seeing everywhere. You know what I mean? They all got the same stuff in them, and fix that. That will, super help space already. We'll take some of the control and put it back into the community's hands. It's a big deal to me, man. But no one's talking about that.
They don't really want the houses no more. They want the apartment complexes. They're trying to make everything complex. Like, think about how many people now don't want to own a house.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean own a house? You don't that mean that if something break, I got to pay to fix it? Don't that mean I got grass? Don't that mean I got to pay for the pest control, man? On a house, I don't want all that responsibility.
But that's, I'm going to say this old school, but that's how you become a man, bro. Bro, you look, I never wanted that, man. I was in entertainment. My dream at one point in my life was to live in that apartment in downtown LA. You know what I did? Shout out my boy Isabello, living that jet set style. But, you have that cool apartment with the big glass, you know what I mean? And you're partying and you look out and you see this. And I wanted that for a long time until I realized that's a lie and it's stupid and it costs way too much. But, man, all I want now is a nice home. You know what I mean? All I want now is a nice 4-bedroom home. I love a little, above the garage studios where my studio is. And that's the most important thing now. And yeah, I know I'm gonna have to mow a lawn and I'm gonna have to paint it every 5 to 8 years, and we're gonna have to get that roof done or updated every 10 years. But that's a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of what makes you a man, is taking care of your stuff. And that's what makes it value. This is why these liberals they don't have shit. They don't value stuff. You have two liberals. You have the ones at the top that want the riffraff to do their bidding, all the way down to the illegal slave trade and illegal immigrant slave work, to us on the middle being their good employees, the shiny employees saying thank you, boss. Right? Or you have the liberals that have owned nothing. They're like, why would you want a gun? And they beg for government daddy to keep controlling them. It's crazy. So I'm just saying, people don't want to own a house. No, they have made too expensive a home. You will own nothing and be happy. You're right.
I mean, well, we understand that part. Like that, we're not denying that at all. Yeah. But like, even when they were at accessible levels, right? That's why we have. Why do you think we have so many goddamn apartment complexes and dilapidated houses? Like we're talking about it right now. We're talking about the fact that there's a whole bunch of dilapidated houses and shit that nobody's living in, and nobody's lived in years. Meanwhile, we're watching all these goddamn apartment complexes pop up.
Even big old brick buildings that you could turn into an apartment if you really wanted to.
This shit is like they're literally building an apartment complex right now at the mall.
They are over this old mall that was like torn down. And like,
no, it's not an old mall. It's the actual. It's the old mall is old and dilapidated. It's the old mall, and it's not even open. But the actual mall in the center of the city, right out, like in the center, literally in Midtown Savannah.
Wow,
they're building the fucking apartment complex.
It's gonna be expensive as hell to live there.
It's gonna be expensive as a motherfucker to live in them.
You could get 2 houses 20 miles outside of Savannah for that price, probably.
So
for rent.
But it's just, it is hella expensive. And that's the next thing that's going to happen. Look, guys, look, hold on to your Wheaties. All right. Hold on to your Wheaties. Look, what you need to do, this ain't financial advice. This is a heads up on if you would like to, make your life better. Put yourself some money in crypto, and I'm not telling you to go put 30,000, 40,000, 50. No. Go look. Go actually immerse yourself into learning about crypto coins. All right. Market cap, use case, and look into that. All right. And then go look at a few projects. Decide there's some that's under a penny that you could throw some money in. You gotta throw too much. That's enough.
Yeah.
Just enough. And that way you're not losing. Again, I'm not telling you to spend thousands and thousands of. I am not that. Nope. But there are projects around that you could literally put $200 in, $150 in, and just let it be there. Let it be there. And you'll look back up and you'll be in a position to where, holy shit. You know how many people did that with the Bitcoin?
I remember. I was living in Hawaii. Man, I'm still don't even
listen. I understand. Look, bro. Okay, see now, look, guys. You saw that? Did you see that?
Dude, quick story. 200 to 600. And I thought that was the biggest. I was like, that is the biggest pump and dump I've ever heard in my life. He's like, I bought it at 2, like 6 months ago, and it's up to 600. Bro, seriously, if you can get you at least one, it's going to go up to like $1,000, $2,000. It's going to be worth it. And I was like, that is the biggest pump. There's no way it goes up that quick, and it's nothing. It's not a stock. We're trading a fake stock. We're trading internet here. No way, bro. 10. How much is Bitcoin now? I don't even want to. So anyway, I got Doge.
Bro,
I got some Doge.
Bro. They look
before it was cool, like when it was just a silly dog, and Elon was just a weird dude doing stuff before he owned Twitter. I got some Doge because he was like, I like this, and I was like, well, if he likes it, he might like take Doge like on a discount if you ever want to buy any of his stuff. This was before Twitter,
which he did.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Which he did. People was paying, for their Tesla shit in Doge. Like it literally was happening. right? And now, just like he said, he bought it then. And that's probably when it was like, it may not have even been a penny. If it was a penny, you know what I'm saying? It might have been that it was cents. I guarantee you it was
0.75, almost
look,
a penny. Yeah, when I bought it.
almost a penny.
And now it's
right?
like $3-4 last time I checked. Yeah.
So now look, so think about that, guys. Like that's what we'd say about just throwing the money over there and just because it's going to hit a point like we're finna have a crypto reserve. Guys, this is happening. I just saw something. I need to go look deeper into it. They say Saudi Arabia is about to start accepting some coins in their crypto reserve. That's giving it validity. And because it's just like the stocks in this sense, if people believe in it and they're using it, then it actually has value. And because it has value, because people are putting value in it, it's making it go up. So if you have it at a lower value, and then it rises, the same one that you bought two for the price of one.
You did.
And now the two that you bought is worth 30, 40, 50,000.
Yes.
And all you spent was.
Imagine if you bought 10 Bitcoin for $6,000 and you were like, man, this is crazy, but who knows?
Who
you would
knows?
be rich today. You'd have $600,000. You know, it's or more. Yeah, man. Yeah. And understand, man, look at money as a product, not just your lifeblood, not just something you earn to pay the bills and maybe go, you know what I mean, have a few drinks with the boys if you got enough of it in your pocket. Throw a little something on the game. No. Look at it as a product that you can trade with a value attached to it. And you'll look at everything differently. So,
Everything.
yeah, man, that's the key. They keep it, down like that. Speaking of money and keeping it clean and trying to make more, one more bye-bye Democrats. You know what I'm saying? This is, I don't know. Did you see this, bro? Did you see a little bit about this?
You knew it was going to come.
Yeah. And this is, once again, this is why I think the Democratic Party is going to, I am almost worried that we need another party for check and balance because I don't, even though I'm happy it's my party, I don't want to live in one party rule. But after this, you said that once all this money dries up and they keep being crazy and unreasonable with and lying, I don't know how they stay in power. I don't, bro. I don't.
So you want to know something real? Can we, and you guys can go and you can find it. I've said it in the past plenty of times. I honestly, if everything goes, if Trump does exactly what the fuck I think Trump's about to do, I think he's gonna fucking, y'all better hold on, real nigga shit, hold on, because I truly, in my heart of hearts, believe that the Democrat Party is going to get hit with the RICO. Yeah, I truly believe in my heart, and this was just me enjoying life during the Q days, just paying attention and reading and looking and pondering. They do a lot of racketeering, influencing, and corrupting, and they're definitely organized. So, and Trump says, you know what I did? I caught them all. I did us all a favor. I caught them all. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And I do believe, boy, listen. Yeah. All honestly, yeah. Yeah.
And that's the crazy part. So just to let you guys know what we're looking at, report Democratic donor platform act blue in chaos as workers flee. The Democratic National Committee's donor platform, like the big boy that brings in the bulk of their money for them, Act Blue, is in trouble. Republican lawmakers have targeted the organization as a potential money laundering operation while it faces international chaos after at least 7 senior officials departed, a report claims. And this is from the New York Times reporting this. So, you know what I mean? As nice as you can possibly get to them. New York Times reporter, a lawyer at the firm, accused ActBlue executives of a retaliation campaign against staff, which is contributing to the turmoil. Oh my gosh, they're in all kinds of WWE level shit here. It's unclear which prompted the departures, which began on February 21st, according to the report. But unions have been acting on their own assumptions, while critics allege wealthy funders have been using ActBlue as a slush fund to circumvent contribution limits and funnel money to Democratic candidates. Now, in addition to that, I mean, over 1,000 big tech executives donated to Democratic Super PAC. There's just all kinds of stuff here. Let's see here. Several oversight committee Republican members today are launching an investigation. We're pulling that up. This is Oversight Committee, GOP oversight. Several Oversight Committee Republican members today are launching an investigation into potential fraud and illicit financial activity linked to ActBlue campaign contributions. Recent reports about ActBlue raised concerns about the threat of fraud and evasion of campaign finance law by individuals exploiting online contribution platforms. ActBlue had not implemented standard procedures to guard against identity theft and fraud, such as requiring card verification. Wow, you didn't even need to put in a CVV to give them money. ActBlue is also being investigated by several states' officials in relation to contributions allegedly made through the platform fraudulently, with the report contributed without the report. Or reported contributors awareness, excuse me. Federal law prohibits this. Now, we remember this because I think it was James that released it, right? But we remember this and all these people, and this was before the election. And man, that's the problem. We were so elated Trump won. We were like, oh, we'll deal with it later. But yeah, that was so many people came out, and it's like they donated to ActBlue 4,000 times, in a year. And these people are like, what? I did what? When? Where? And then there was another one. I don't know if I swear I bookmarked it. Let me find it. Where it came out that a lot of the BLM contributions went through ActBlue. And if it didn't hit ActBlue, it went to Democratic campaigns. I don't know if you heard about that. So, and now everybody's fleeing. 7 of their top people are fleeing, man. What do you think about that?
They did Epstein themselves.
They Epstein themselves. Yes.
They did Epstein themselves because obviously they know something. And it's pretty evident, you know what I'm saying? We see what's going on. If your eyes is open, you see what's going on.
That's true.
So you need to hide them people.
Yeah.
And get whatever testimony you can from them, get it on camera. Oh Lord. Is we about to look at titties?
No. We're about to look at
titties.
We are looking at what we're about to see, man. This is we got a couple of white pills to end the show with. We're rapping on some good shit. Look, here's the thing, man. If you want to protest Trump,
pause it. We hear it. We can hear it.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
That's how I knew.
Hold on, let me stop here for a second so I can give me 1 second here. All right.
Yeah, all of them better get got, LS. Every last one of them. Again, look, that's why I'm saying, like, something earth-shattering like Barack and Michelle divorcing will allow them to pay attention to titties.
No, you're right. No, what I want to let you know is that if you want to protest Trump, you should protest Trump. And all you ladies in America, you ain't doing it right. You know what I'm saying? You are not. All you liberal girls out there, I want to see you. Where are you at? You know what I mean? We don't want to hear you. We just want to see you. Which one? Which one? Not that one. Not that one. Possibly that one. Possibly that one. Most def that one. Over there, back in the back. You know what I'm saying? They lost her. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Aren't you proud to be an American, bro? Because I am right now. You know what I'm saying? You know the problem?
I'm just like why would you ruin those ladies with nice titties out there? Why would you ruin your titties?
Dude, you
the
understand
swastikas.
that's only going to make me want to fascist harder. You know what I mean? Like, you mean if I fascist, we get this? Well, it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, why are you rewarding me for fascism? What are you thinking, ladies? You know
That's
what I mean?
just
This is not how you make me not want to be a fascist, right?
no.
So-
That's just like them saying, "Hey, you know what? We're not doing abortions. We're not doing abortions. We're done. No more abortions."
The one by
Oh,
the truck, that one right there.
oh,
She could get me to maybe vote. So let's see. Anyone? No, none of those. None of those.
so you don't want us to have abortions? Fine.
I thought France was supposed
We're
to have
not going to have sex. Okay, good.
She could.
Okay. Okay, good.
These are girls that need MAGA in their life, is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And then I just wanted to let you know, give me more memories, more, you know, and I'm saying, yes, it's like,
Do not come. Do not come.
But you know what we got to do?
I'm gonna come.
Anyway. So, if you don't want fascism, ladies, you need to get out there and show us you don't want fascism. That's the problem with America. Nobody's committed anymore. You're on their side. You know what I mean? And then finally, because you got the drop. Yeah, I don't get it, but you know what I mean? Finally, because you got the drop. We want to give you the white pillest white pill of all white pills and end the show on this positive note, because this doesn't happen every day. In fact, I don't know if this has ever happened before. And that is my man right here. We're gonna show love. Let's see here.
I'm on your bumper.
Yeah. We're gonna show love to our young man DJ. And this is why I'm down with President Trump on a personal note. Go ahead.
Look, we can end it here, right? But I need you to pull up the other one too. Because we're gonna enjoy this. But we ain't leaving here. If we go in here, then we ain't leaving here without the other one.
The interview or the one in the White House?
The interview.
The interview. Okay. Yeah. Will you pull that up? And I'll run this? Yeah. Awesome.
Their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed. Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
He's like, I'm nervous and I would rather you not be holding me up right now.
I don't want to be
in
up.
2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
I want to say Shouts out to the
Since
few
that time,
the
DJ and his
Democrats that
dad
were
have been
clapping.
on a
There was
quest
a
to
few.
make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
I'm like, what?
What?
And I just want to pause right there and let y'all know this man on the right-hand side. This is that dude in the fight pick in the shades. This is Trump's dude right here, man. He's a great dude. I didn't realize he got promoted. He deserves the promotion, of course.
Yep.
If I was Trump, I'm like, guess what? You get to be. You know what I mean? So I don't know, putting yourself in between me and the bullets. But very happy Sean Kern is head now. That is actually a great development that kind of went under the radar. But that's a great development for the Secret Service.
Yes, it is.
And he
Man,
just
yeah,
hugs him.
Secret Service
And he
could be-
hugs him back. That's so awesome. That's so awesome.
Yes, it is.
He's not like weird or anything. He just hugs him. You know,
Oh,
he's like,
yep.
I get it, little guy.
He's a father. I bet you he's a
Yeah.
father.
Oh, yeah, you know he is,
I
man.
bet you he's a father.
So, yeah, man. That's
And could very well be a grandfather. Could very well be a grandfather. That's what's up, man. I love it. I
DJ the
love
Orange
that
Crush.
shit. That's some bullshit. I am not. I am not. How dare you hit me with such blasphemy? How dare you?
We'll give him a call. You know what I'm saying? See what's good. You know what I
I'll
mean?
bring him to something else. I bring him to Orange Crush.
Yeah,
All right.
Just not for him.
But look, this is why I will not bring him to Orange Crush.
Too many bumpers.
Agent, DJ Daniel, all of the above.
It really don't matter to me. I love women, so I don't care.
That's amazing. DJ Daniel, I want to ask you, first and foremost, do you love President Trump? And are you so excited to be here on the White House grounds?
Obviously, because I gave him a great note that says Donald Trump is the best president of the United States of America.
And why do you feel that way?
Because honestly, I honestly wanted to see Donald Trump in real life, and now it's actually came true. And to my friends, I know one of my friends told me to say this to Donald Trump, but I didn't say it to him. So good luck, buddy.
Last thing, because we know you got to bounce. What would your one piece of advice for the Secret Service be?
Please stop being mean to President Trump, because if I see you being mean to him, I'm coming after you.
Yeah.
I love that. I think you need to become the director of the Secret Service. DJ, it is such an honor to have met you. What he has one more thing to say. I won't interrupt you.
If you're a Democrat and you're being mean to President Trump, I'm on your bumper.
You are about to go so viral, and you went viral last night.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of acting like Miss Candace Matthews from Houston, Texas.
That's amazing. Do you have anything else that you want to say? You should just take my job at this point.
May bless America.
How about that, Steve? I think we
Amen.
found my replacement, your
Thank you.
replacement.
Thank you.
Would you ever run for president?
I'm not sure. I'm a little bit too young. Well, really and truly, I'm not young. I'm a 13. I'm a 50-year-old trapped in a 50-year-old body. I might look 13, but I'm 50.
I love that, and it sounds like you gotta go. The War Room Posse loves you. It's an honor to have met you, sir.
I can't go yet because I see a little bald spot. I wear bald heads for good luck, if you know.
I think they want you to go, so I think you're gonna have to go.
Never mind.
Very nice to meet you.
DJ Daniel, so amazing.
I just
Absolutely
realized
incredible.
that that's the first
Thank
time I
you.
ever shaked a woman's hand.
Oh, man. Thank you so much. Jack, so Natalie,
You know, Natalie, you know what I'm saying?
Call you officer or agent?
Natalie can get the love. So, yeah.
That is wild, bro.
I'm on your bumper. I never shake the
That's
bumper.
why I will not bring. I'm not bringing him no Orange Crush. He will lose his marbles.
It's
And
too many
I was
bumpers to be on.
too many bumpers to be on, and I am not going to be no, hell no. LS don't tell nobody that, because that ain't happening. You're inside. You will be considered an insider, and you saying stuff. Sources close to says that he's going a bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
You're gonna get in a rear collision with all those bumpers.
All those bumpers, man. Goodness gracious. He could look, she Natalie Winters ain't got no bumper. That's the cover to the bike rack. You know, when you're riding the bike, you know, the back wheel on the beach cruisers, they got the little bumper looking thing over the wheel, right? That's what Natalie Winters is compared to the bubble body Benzes and the bubble body Crown Vics at in the donks, right?
Yeah, to Georgia, man. They make it thick down there, baby. You know what I mean? They, woo! I mean, shrimp and grit
all over the South.
Shrimp and grit.
Yeah, man. No, sir. No, sir. Nope. Mm-mm. That young man will not be anywhere near Savannah on my name. And nope.
Maybe for the holiday food thing next year.
Yeah,
maybe that.
Yeah, we can work on bringing them to Savannah Feed the Hungry, but we will not beach cruiser with the basket in the front.
He might need to. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait till he's 18. So. All right, Pro. What do you got, man? Hell of a show, man. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Good
man.
show.
Good
Good show.
2 weeks in a row we ran late, man. This is crazy. We cannot make a habit of this.
I know, but you know, and tonight I thought was like, man, I need to go short. I'm not feeling good, but man, it was just when it flows, it flows. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the magic is just there. So, what Pro gonna show DJ and Horn Crush?
Nothing. Not showing him anything.
Pro, what do you got coming up this week? Talk to the people. Let them know.
What's this week? The same as last week, Pinky.
You got the Grifties are when? Oh, they're 28th.
The Grifties are on the 28th, 29th weekend. So,
and you're going to be in New York the day before, probably. You're saying, yeah,
yeah,
DC, one or the other.
Somewhere. Oh man,
where in the world is Pro San Diego? Yeah, man, I get it.
The world may never know.
I'm gonna keep it something fun. I'll be like,
yeah,
y'all don't.
Yeah, man, there's so much that could be going on that particular weekend. So I'm preparing for that because I don't know which way. I'm waiting on logistics for one situation because that will definitely interrupt what I really want to do, because I really want to go to NYC. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get some pizza and try to go to Madison Square Garden, see the Knicks play.
That'd be I want to go to Madison Square.
Oh man, come on, guys! Rush hour. You guys know that. You got to know that. Anyway, this week is just gonna be working preparation for that. Friday night flights as usual. Friday nights 8 p.m. Sunday, Rumble on Rumble with my partner, Fresh Mike, right here. We at right now on X and on Rumble, and I think we're on Facebook and YouTube too. I think we're everywhere. We got all the bases covered. Look at this shit here. Whoo! Anyway, yeah, I'll be there, and anything else I got this week, I'll let you guys know. Just follow me on social medias, and if something pop off, then I'll let you know there. But my schedule is so fluid, it's crazy.
And you got, hey man, you got one of the best social media accounts. Definitely your X, definitely your Facebook, if they can get there. It's a lucky find. Definitely your Instagram, guys. Follow my man. I will be doing. I'm very excited, man. Power Slap was great. If you guys don't know, I have a little fun Power Slap show. Power Slap time on Rumble. Tuesday night, we're going to be doing an entire breakdown of Friday night's fights. It was the best Power Slap so far. They're really doing a good job. Found out they're coming here soon, so I'm excited about that as well.
Hey.
And I'm going to have Beyond the Slap, a real insider. You know, lives in Vegas. His wife is a MMA fighter. He's very close with a couple of the fighters. So Going to have that insider on the show. We're going to be breaking that down. And then, of course, always look for me in the chat Friday night for Friday Night Flights. Love being there. Love seeing you there. So thank you so much. Of course, as always, thank you to LS, Fuego, Amy, LS, again. It's just me and everybody else who dropped in the chat. We love you. Isabello, everybody. Thank you guys so much. And anything you want to leave them with, bro?
Hey, man, stay up. Don't let these people trick you out of your peace. Protect your peace.
Yes.
Get you a piece and get you a piece. All right. That's it, man. We're building, man. We're gonna keep building. We're gonna make this world a better place. We're gonna make America great again. And goddamn we're gonna make masculinity again. Shouts out to all my frat brothers, man. Uhuru. Love you boys. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much. This has been Rumble on Rumble number 62. Good night.
Keep your powder dry and your kufi tight.